You're watching WGN News at 9.
Tasered 11 times, beaten, and he says he wasn't even supposed to be arrested. A man is suing Chicago police over the alleged brutality after a routine traffic stop. WGN's Dan Ponce reports on this case against 9 officers and the city of Chicago.
It was uncalled for that night. I was not doing anything wrong.
27-year-old Josue Tapia says he hasn't been the same physically or mentally since allegedly being tased by Chicago police officers. The night of May 15th last year, he and his wife were driving near the intersection of 43rd and Paulina. An officer pulled him over for a routine traffic stop. After running his name, the officer thought there was a warrant out for Tapia's arrest because he has the same last name and first initial of someone else wanted for a DUI. The officers then arrested Tapia with his wife and nephew in the car.
He was thrown to the ground, and then more officers came to the scene, and as you'll see by the charts, by the officers, they tasered him 11 times.
Showing Chicago police taser logs and pictures of Tapia's wounds, his attorneys also showed evidence they claim proves the officers unnecessarily tasered Tapia over and over while hitting him in the legs and face.
I don't understand why the police officers were treating me that way, and my wife got to witness that. I mean, thank God she was there with me. If not, nobody else would have seen.
Tapia's wife, Marilyn, says she screamed at the officers to stop and then tried recording what was happening with her cell phone camera, but says she was too hysterical to hold the phone steady.
And my nephew grabbed the phone and kept recording it, and one of the officers seen that he was recording, and they chased him to the gangway, and they threatened that if he didn't give them the phone, they were going to tase him.
She says the officers never returned her phone. That night, Tapia was arrested and charged with aggravated battery and resisting arrest. The case went to trial, and last week a jury acquitted Tapia of all charges. Now his attorneys have filed a civil suit against the officers and the city.
I think the most egregious part of this whole situation was the blatant cover-up that the officers came up with after they realized that they had tasered and beat up the wrong person.
Dan Ponce, WGN News.
Now, Dan did get a statement from the police union. The federal lawsuit filed by attorney Blake Horowitz against several Chicago police officers is not based on actual facts, but that of legal fiction. It is the hope of our FOP membership that the city will defend against meritless civil lawsuits that are designed to enrich undeserving plaintiffs and the lawyers who file them. 9 Chicago police officers named as defendants will be represented by the city in this civil case, not the union. Tapia's attorneys would not say how much they're seeking in damages.
An Indiana school district that gives its students free laptops is now asking for